Well, I figured I better I better do this because things are heating up a little bit later, and if I'm gonna go do some cooking, I better do it now. So I did have some coleslaw I wanted to make. So what do you think? You ready to do coleslaw with me? I don't know why, but I just had two big cabbages in the refrigerator, and it just seems like coleslaw would be good, even though it's cold out. So coleslaw is on the move here. Um, hey Gina, come join me. So here we are, 2023, March. Next week, I'm going to be 68 years old. And for the first time in my life, I'm maintaining a weight loss. I mean, it's a miracle. So I started this whole whole food, plant exclusive eating in July of 2020. Ooh, here comes my drawer. Are you putting that in?
I just was. Just
Stevie's putting in a drawer here. There it is. That's my new one, my first new kitchen drawer. You need to get through there?
I just need to check to make sure I'm doing this correctly.
Okay.
Just for a second.
We'll give him a second to see if that fits. So he's been building those slides so you can slide the drawer out and in. Hi, Gina. Isn't that cool? So he's going to see if it fits. And then
It's fine. It does.
all right. And it fits. It's amazing. Wow. It's a wrap. So cool. So Gina, I was just saying I started this whole journey in July of 2020. I started it with Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Die. And I think I made at least half the recipes in that book. Just learning, what do you cook? What do you make when you go off animals and salt and sugar and fat? And I'm not exactly sure when, but somewhere in there in the fall, I came upon Chef AJ, and I just really resonated with what she was saying. Everything made sense. The calorie density, big time, and the pleasure trap. And I joined her Feel Fabulous Over 40. I think the first thing I did was one of the challenges for $1. And by the time I'd finished that, I realized this is a community I wanted to be involved with. And I've been involved ever since. And I hope to be involved with for the rest of my life because it's given me freedom. And it's just been the most amazing journey and the most rewarding journey. 2 weeks for $1. It was it 2 weeks for $1? I think at that time it might have even been a month. It might have been a 30-day challenge. Like, what was it? It might have been the reboot. No, the reboot I did last January. So maybe it was a kick sugar or something. I don't know, but it sure helped. And the weight just melted off me. It took me a year, probably a year and a half because I went from July until that December. And then the whole other year, it was the next December, I hit 115. Oh, Gina, thank you. She says, I glow from happiness. It really is, you know, something that I don't ever want to go back to that awful pleasure trap and, being addicted to salt, sugar, and fat and just, always wanting it and feeling guilty for having it and wishing there wasn't any and all that mental anguish. It's just not worth it. I have no interest. So it's wonderful to be around others who feel the same because it's just a strange feeling when you go out into the world and everybody's still, I mean, just even looking at people's grocery charts, just sugar, salt, and fat, and everything in boxes and packaging, and here I come with my cart, and it's all real food. And the cashiers, they comment on it. They notice somebody who's buying real food. So, anyways, I'm I'm so happy to be here. So today, and Gina, you said I don't either. I can taste better, yes, and feel better, and there's so much variety. I know it's so much more taste than just eating meat and sugar, salt, and fat. I mean, that's all you get is sugar, salt, and fat. So here's what I've got to make. You can see all my ingredients here. I've got coleslaw on this side, and I've got my makings for the muffins, the corn muffins on this side. So we've been eating lentil soup, and I kept saying, hey, let's make some corn muffins to have with our lentil soup. And then I kept forgetting to make them. So today I thought, well, first I didn't have the frozen corn, but then I got over to Costco and got the frozen corn. And then I just kept forgetting. So today, yeah, I'm going to make them. All right. So with the coleslaw, first she does the dressing because with her dressing, she uses cashews, but I just grabbed white beans. So I'm going to, this is corn muffin ingredients. So, sorry to hear you have a cold, Gina. Oh, you're eating. Yeah, that is so good. We've already finished. Well, I've got some in the freezer, but we finished our thawed out chili. And then I made lentil soup, part from all the spices from Gregor's Moroccan lentil stew, but then a recipe out of Prevent and Reverse Heart Disease. And Stephen got me the is it the Plant-Based Woman's Warrior cookbook by the Esselstyns? He ordered that for me yesterday for my birthday, so that's coming. Kari sent me a recipe from that book. It's a hearty vegetable soup or something. And Steven said, well, what book is that from? Oh, shoot. You can't hear me. Let me check. I don't understand why you wouldn't be able to hear me. Wait a sec. Is it? How about now? Can you hear me now? I wonder if it's because I'm... No. Oh. Everything's on. I don't understand. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, so Jean can hear me. How you doing, Jean? I figured John. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. Well, Jean, let me know if you start seeing my mouth moving, but you can't hear me. I'm disappointed, Gina, that you can't hear me. All right, so Jean, I'm making coleslaw, creamy coleslaw from Kathy Fisher's Straight Up book. And the first thing is to make the dressing. So, okay. So can you hear me now, Gina? I hope. I'm going to make some dressing. So I've got a cup of water in here, and I've got the recipe calls for mustard. I'm making a double recipe, and it calls for 4 tablespoons of mustard. But I have the recipe, the single recipe, a double recipe, and a double recipe doubled again. So like for coleslaw, from 3 cups to 6 cups to 12 cups. And the only problem with that, so I've got the measurements in an aisle, to the right of the main recipe. Well, the problem is sometimes I'm looking at the wrong line of measurements. And so I end up putting different amounts. So like with the mustard, I was supposed to put in a quarter cup, but I think I put in a half a cup of mustard. But I love mustard. Hi, Jennifer. Good to see you. I'm making coleslaw. So we're going to see how it turns out, because if I like the ingredient, I just put it in anyways. And you'll see as we go along here. So there's half a cup of mustard in here, but it's only supposed to be a quarter cup of mustard. And then what do we got? We've got, okay, she puts in a cup of, 2 ounces of raw unsalted cashews, or a cup of white beans. Well, it would be less than that for a double recipe, a cup of white beans. So I have a cup of white beans, but I thawed 2 cups, thinking I was making the bigger recipe, but the bigger recipe calls for 12 cups of coleslaw, and that's quite a bit, because I'll show you what 6 cups is here. Okay, so I've got the beans, the mustard, and then a tablespoon of vinegar. Let me grab my vinegar. I had that over here, and then I forgot. Okay, so it's 1 tablespoon for a single, so I'm going to put 2 in. So this is just apple cider vinegar. We put it in littler containers, so it's easier to use. And then garlic. And she puts in 2 cloves of garlic for a double recipe. And where's my garlic? I cut up some garlic somewhere. Oh, I've covered it up. My phone's ringing. Wait a sec. Hello?
Hi, this is an important message for our frequent travelers.
A prank, marketing call. Okay, so then I've got garlic, and she sets it aside for a while because she's wanting to let the cashews soften. Okay, so then the cabbage, carrots, apple, red onion, raisins and onion into a large bowl. So look at this. This is 6 cups of just green coleslaw, but I didn't have enough green. I used my whole head of green coleslaw, so I used a little bit of the red. And then you're supposed to put in, whoops, I turned my page, 3 cups of grated carrots. And here's my carrots. I'll stick that in. You wouldn't think I'm just feeding Stephen and I. Oh, Gene, you like my buff? These are from Australia. The original buff is from Australia. And you can do all kinds of things with these. You can make little caps, and you can make, I always want to call them baklavas, but you can do it so that it covers your face. You can do a neck warmer. You can just do all kinds of stuff. Let's see. Let me use this to mix this up a little bit. I don't think this container is going to be big enough for this coleslaw. I don't know what I doubled the double recipe. If that was for just Stephen and I or what. Then I was supposed to use 2 cups of this, but I filled it up to 4 cups just absentmindedly. I was doing something else. So I'll put some in. And doesn't take up too much space. Whoops, sorry. I just put it all in. All right, and then I've got apples. Here, I'll bring it closer here. And I had some shallot. So I'm putting shallot in. And I got some raisins. I didn't have the golden ones, so I just, and these raisins sit around for a long time. So, but they're dried fruit, so they'll be fine. So look at this. Look at that. I'm thinking maybe I should use more dressing. What do you guys think? 'Cause this is a huge amount of slaw. I think I will. Think I should double it. Yes, I wear these under my helmet all the time. Oh yeah, my earrings. You like my bicycles? More yes, more dressing. Okay. Hi, Jimmy James. It's hanging good. Having a good day. Okay, so what I'll do. It's a good thing I thawed those beans then. So I'm going to do another cup of water and another cup of beans. And oh, so now my mustard's appropriate. A little bit more vinegar. I don't think we need more vinegar. Two tablespoons would be enough. And there's plenty of garlic. Okay. So yeah, that'll be good. Okay, and then I'm just stirring this up. And it's looking pretty good. I think I got it pretty well mixed. I've got a bigger container. I could mix it even more. But I'll go ahead and blend this. So I'm going to blend the sauce, and I will be right back. Actually, I got the recipe. I actually have it copied. So I don't know where I got it. Oh, Dr. McDougall. Go to McDougall's site, and it's on there. Okay. So there it is, and it smells wonderful. So I won't necessarily use it all. I'll just start here. Because this will make great salad dressing too. Sorry. So I was talking earlier about, my weight loss and the fact that it took a year and a half. And I started out at 159. So my original highest weight was over 200 pounds. Although I wouldn't weigh myself after I saw 199 3/4. I could not bring myself to step on a scale. And so I don't know how far I went over 200 pounds. And then the lightest I got was 105 at True North when I was there this past December. And I was fasting, and I fasted for 5 days. But my sustainable weight seems to be around 116 pounds, which is a weight that I never saw my entire adult life. The most I could ever get to was the 138 pounds that the goal that the Weight Watchers set for me. And I mean, I would reach that and I'd see it for a second, and then I'd start right back up again because, of course, I'd start to try to eat like, quote, normal people, which I guess there's, only 20% left in the United States because everybody else is overweight or obese. So I would pretty much, after I stopped, until I stopped dieting, I was stuck around 173. And I would lose some weight and then gain it back, and lose the weight and gain it back. Not the weight, but some weight. And I just couldn't stick with anything anymore as the years went on. And once I read the books by Janine Roth and the book Diets Don't Work by, I think it's Rob Schwartz, I realized that the only way I was going to stop binging was if I stopped dieting. So I finally stopped dieting, and I promised my body that I wouldn't diet, even if I binged. And I did. I binged for a few times, and I said, I'm not going to diet. I'm not going to do it. And so guess what? The binging went away, because there's no need to binge if you don't purge. And Janine Roth will even say, every diet is followed with a binge. And I think she's right, at least in my book. All right. What do you think? Doesn't that look good? Wow. We just had a hankering for Cole Slaw. Well, yeah, I mean, Kathy Fisher probably has it too, but McDougall has the recipe. I mean, I'm looking at my copy of the creamy coleslaw, and he's up on the, where it says creamy coleslaw recipe / Dr. McDougall. But then when you go into the recipe, it says creamy coleslaw by Kathy Fisher. So there you have it. And I think I have Straight Up as an ebook, but cookbooks and ebooks don't work. In fact, we mistakenly bought the Plant-Based Warrior ebook because it was so reasonable, like $8 or $9. And come to find out, of course, it was an ebook. And it's like, I should have known it's an ebook. What hardcover book would have a $8 or $9 price tag on it? So, yes. So I'll stick this in a container and stick it in the fridge, and ooh, like you say, Jean, the cabbage will get moist, and it'll just be gorgeous. I mean, I should stick a little mint on it, but there it is. That's just beautiful. Who could resist that? So yummy. Oh, good. You find it? The thing with the ebook, Jennifer, is that you just can't hold it in your hand. And I love, having a book and just going through the recipes and looking at the pictures and looking at all the ingredients. It's just, nothing's wrong with the ebook. It's fine. When I know what the recipe is, then I like the ebook, because I just zip to the ebook and print off the recipe, and then I've got it in front of me. So, hi, Annette. Hey, are you moved? Are you in your new house? We have been we have these Leland cypress trees, and they're in the cedar family, and they go up and down along the driveway, and the tree grows up, and it likes to grow out as much as it grows up, and they're 50 miles or 50 feet high. Wow, you're moved in it. Yay! So we're having them taken out because, they get so bushy, and then the trucks can't get by and cars can't get by, and it's just a big mess, and they cover up everything. And so anyways, we're having those taken out. And then as they cut the trunk part into rounds, we have people come up and pick up the rounds for firewood. And I thought I was going to be able to give some to an older couple that they can't split their own wood. I love splitting wood, but I can't find my splitter. And Stephen broke the sledgehammer, which I used to pound the splitter in, when you can't split it with the ball. So now I can't split wood. Look at that, Annette. Yay, she's moved. You'll have to show us pictures, Annette. You have to go on YouTube and take us on a tour. Stephen just came through, Annette, and with my first kitchen drawer. He built the pull-out slides, and now he's building the drawers to put on the slides. So that's pretty exciting. Okay, so the next thing is the corn muffins. So I guess I'm going to have to empty out the blender Or actually, no, I don't need this blender because I'm not going to grind anything. I'm just going to do it with the whole oats. So I'm not going to worry about this. Okay, so let's switch. So here's see, this is how I got the creamy coleslaw. I got this binder. Stephen got these binders for me because I was cutting out all these recipes and I had no place to put them. So that was he's really good about that. He's much the better shopper than I am. I'd rather be in the kitchen. Okay, so this is Tammy Kramer's whole grain corn muffins. And so I need some flax. And oh yeah, I do need the blender. Okay. So she grinds the flax seeds, but I just stick them in the milk. And then I don't use, what does she use? She uses maple syrup and I use dates. And so I take the dates, pit them, and I put the dates, the milk, and the flax in the Vitamix. And then I just blend them all. I let them sit for a minute and then just blend them all. And that takes care of the flax and the dates. It makes the date paste and it grinds the flax up. So I'll just rinse this out. Because otherwise it'll be garlicky. Of course, garlic wouldn't be a bad thing for the muffins. But it doesn't take much to rinse it out. Oh, applesauce goes in it too. So, never fear. So I'll go ahead and pit my dates here. It was raining here pouring rain this morning, so the tree guys didn't come today, which is probably good because they make a lot of noise. Okay. So 3 dates in the blender, flax, and it's 1.5 tablespoons of ground flax. This is 1/2 tablespoon. So we'll do 3 of them. I should have a camera that follows me around the kitchen. And they should have a smart camera. And then I need milk. So this is my oat groat milk. See how it kind of, there's some solids down there. And Stephen loves this stuff. It's so thick and wonderful. There's nothing like your own milk, I'll tell you. Oh, and that, you got a binder too. Yay. And you too, Jennifer. There, see, it mixes really nice. This is pretty full, so I don't know how I'm going to get this. Let's see, I need a cup. I need to pour it into something big. And then into my cup measurement. Maybe like this. So it'll catch it all. Like that. Still a little bit drippy. Okay. So. Oh, look at that. It's pretty darn close, wouldn't you say? Who knew? I'll do just a little bit more. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to let that sit in there for a minute. And I just got a big thing of cornmeal. Yeah, and that is your hubby, hopefully plant exclusive. All right, I need a dish to mix my muffins with. Here we go. I'm running out of counter space. What I'll do is I'll move my coleslaw. All right. Oh, and I need a cup measurement. I've kind of gone through all my. Oh, see, I got my corn thawing in here. Put that in something else. That way I can use my cup measurement. All right. It's wet on the outside, so I don't want to put it in there. Boy, this looks good. Some nice cornmeal. Doodla Farms. All right. So we'll put that. I need to learn how to do the camera thing from up above. All right. So it's a cup of oat flour. So I'm just going to put in oats. They'll just be a little chewier. So, cup of oats. All right. And then baking soda and baking powder, a teaspoon each. So how you doing, Jennifer? Oh, are you leaving? Okay, no worries. Take care of yourself. Good to see it. Okay, so teaspoon baking soda, teaspoon of baking powder. There's salt, but I don't need any salt. Leaving it out. Okay, and then she sifts all that together, but I don't have a sifter, so I'm not going to worry about a sifter either. Let me just. Okay, let me just give this guy my address. Okay. So I am just going to stir it. Oh, I got to blend my wet ingredients. Hi, Mona Arendt. It's good to see you. I'm making corn muffins, and I made coleslaw. So I'm going to mute just for a second just to get this coleslaw, the dressing, the muffin liquid done. Okay. So, where's my spatula? So, Gina, my sound went out when I said, sorry, you got a cold. Maybe you're detoxifying from your fast, huh? I know right after my fast, I had that thing where my ankles were all stirred up. And I wondered if it was from maybe the fast. Oh. Wait a second. I gave him my phone number instead of my address. So this is a fellow that's coming to get some of the wood that we've got from taking down those trees. Okay, so now I'm gonna mix the dry ingredients. Yeah, I'm wondering if the fast actually exposed it. You know, you might have had some crud in your system, and it's coming out by way of the cold. Sorry about the glare here. Okay, so now I'm gonna put in the wet. Usually I grind the oats in my little dry for the Vitamix, you know, it comes with it, and with some of them. And this time I just thought there was something that I made. It was probably a different muffin, and the oats weren't ground, and it was just as good. So that's why I figured I'd do it this way. You're not supposed to overmix. So I'm going to throw, you got to have corn in these corn muffins. There's just no question about that. So I'll fold in the corn. All right. So this guy's coming in 30 minutes. So what time is it? 3:30. Okay, so by 4 o'clock, I'll go meet him. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. So for those who didn't watch me make the coleslaw, this is what I made. Isn't that beautiful? And let me grab a muffin pan and turn the oven on, preheat oven to 375. All right. Just gonna all right. My muffin pan here. I'll get my scooper. And got this scoop at the Goodwill. Thanks, Annette. Pastor with her also. Oh, yeah. I fasted with her also last week. Yeah. I like to fast for 36 hours. So I go from the evening after dinner of the evening before, and Gina, you did this too, and then all the next day, and then all the next night, and then to the next breakfast, 36 hours later, I go ahead and have my first whatever it is I want to do. And with me, it was vegetables this week, Gina. So they taste so good. I just love to eat after a 36 hours fast. Slowly chew everything, taste everything. Oh, there's just nothing like it. Right, Gina? And it really wakes you up when you can't eat, because you get hungry and you just think, oh, I should go get something to eat. And then you think, oh, wait a minute. I can't eat. I'm fasting. It's really different. I love it. Anything to wake the body up from being on automatic, I think is good practice. Trying to think. Usually, I guess this usually makes 12, but maybe since I just use oats, it makes less. So I think I'm just going to make 9. Interesting, huh? That if I would think grinding the oats, they would be more concentrated and they would take up less room. But it's been a while since I've had corn muffins, so maybe I always just make 9. Or maybe I usually make a double recipe. But usually I have it written in if I do. The other thing that's possible is I was using a different recipe, because I've been known to do that too. But that looks like my recipe. Cup of corn, yeah, this is what I usually do. Wow, and that's awesome too, to do a 24-hour fast once a week. See, now I like to do the 36 the first of every month. And Susanna did a fast from dinner to dinner. And that girl is so busy. I mean, it's a miracle she could do that, because you're really supposed to, well, the first day you can do some things, but you really are supposed to slow down, take it easy, which is another plus about a fast, is you get to slow down. Not that you can't ever slow down, but I don't think fasting is good for losing weight at all. I mean, maybe it is if you got a lot of excess fat, but uh, yeah, I didn't have any excess fat, so lunch to lunch. Oh, that would be interesting. So you finish lunch and then go until the next lunch. Yeah. So the muffins will cook for 20 minutes. And that's pretty much what I do them for. That works. 20 minutes at 375. So, and I didn't see any desserts for today. Did you all? I mean, she does the soda, but I'm not much of a soda drinker, so I used to drink, diet pop, but since I got off that, I haven't really picked anything up except for water and herbal tea. So here they go. Whoops. Into the oven. Wait a minute. So I don't know. Fasting is such a neat experience, and I was kind of scared to do it before True North, because I tried a protein fast, a liquid protein fast, when I was for dieting, for losing weight, and I lost a pound a day. I did it for 21 days, and then I went to Burger King and had their salad bar, with full dressing and everything. And I got up the next morning and I gained 10 pounds, which, of course, was all water weight. But the old thought of, well, if I'm going to gain weight anyways, I might as well eat what I want. So then I was off and running again. and lost 21 pounds and gained 60. So it was crazy. But with the True North, when you're fasting more for health, it's a totally different experience. And I know more now, and the calorie density thing is you know there's it's just such a key part of the whole learning about what's okay to eat, what's not okay to eat. So with the coleslaw, anybody wants some coleslaw, come and get it because this is made an awful lot. So Annette, you're saying I noticed that it's one to be hungry. I'm not going to die. Yeah, it is interesting. It makes me more aware of my hunger pangs. I want to stop eating according to the clock and eating according to my body cues. That's the way I feel. And it really helps me to hone in on that for a while. And that's why I like to do it once a month, because it resets me. If I start drifting back to it's 1:00, it's time for lunch. Although I have to say, I usually am hungry around lunchtime. So, but you get into such a habit that even if I'm not hungry, I tend to want to eat. So I love to eat. What I'm doing is I'm just dishing up my coleslaw here. It's amazing how long you can go. I mean, look at Jen. She's in it 9 days now. 6 juice only, and juice only is just as hard, I think. And 1 water only. 2 water only now. So that's pretty impressive. Guess what we're having for dinner? That is amazing. Let's get a decent container here. Fast to get True North is so cool because you got people checking in on you. You got doctors monitoring you. I mean, and they're talking with each other. They're so wonderful as a staff. They're, do they get busy and things get forgotten and you got to stay reminding them sometimes. But it's worth it. They're just a busy place. The only thing about coleslaw is you can't freeze it, so we'll be eating this now until it's gone. Plus, of course, it's cruciferous all the way, so look out gas. But it's so lovely. Steve and I both love it. Well, we'll have no problems eating this. And I have to because I don't have any containers for anything else. Well, I think I'm at the end here. I don't know. Do any of you watch High Carb Hannah? She and Derek have moved in somewhere, I think. I'm thinking Costa Rica, but really none of us have any idea until she decides to tell us. But some tropical place, I think, where they can grow their own food. She's always wanted to do that, and it apparently was pretty hard in the desert, where they were anyway. So it's fun watching Hannah and Kiki and Jonathan and Chef AJ and Tammy and everybody. It's so nice to have a community. Yes, Annette, I used a sauce on the coleslaw. It's Kathy Fisher's straight up, and it was garlic, little vinegar, water, and white beans. I just use white beans. I love the white bean salads. I think they're wonderful. So, oh yeah, Gina. So you saw that too about high carb Hannah. Mona, you made an appointment with Dr. Harrington. Cool. Cool. What am I not going to tell? Oh, right. Because they had people dropping in on them. Yeah. But I mean, if there's like in Costa Rica, well, maybe there'll be people there too. Who knows? Ooh, cauliflower sauce, Annette. That sounds good. I could use cauliflower instead of white beans. That's a great idea. I'll have to try that next time. Okay, so now I just have dishes. so that is it. And then, tomorrow, if something comes up on the challenge, I'll go ahead and do it. I'm gonna make that soup that Kari sent me over the weekend, and there's one other. I got a couple of leeks, so I wanted to make I was just seeing leeks all over the place, and they're looking beautiful at the store right now, so I grabbed a couple. So I might have to make something with some. Of course, you can just put leeks in any soup, and it'd be delicious. So, Dr. Harrington was on Chef AJ today. Oh, wow, cool. Is he in Nova Scotia, Annette? Mona? Get my who's doing what straight. Oh, him. Okay. I need some tops. It'd be so fun when all this stuff is in the pull-out drawers. Although it is really easily accessible right now. See, one more round one and a rectangle one. Oh, he's in Miami. All right. Well, I'm going to need to catch up on that. I was working today. So, one more round. Okay. Ooh, you should smell those muffins cooking. Yummy. So we got 3, 4, 5, 6 containers of Cole Slaw. Too bad I don't have a potluck this weekend. I got a potluck next weekend. Maybe I'll take this to the potluck next weekend. It's so easy to make. I mean, not this. We'll have to eat it before then, but there. So, if you need to make a bunch of stuff, that'll make it. Be a great potluck dish. I think I'm going to demonstrate her compliant ketchup at the potluck next Sunday. Won't that be a kick? Okay, Gina, I will. I'll post a picture. You betcha. Yeah, Gina, my whole kitchen's going to be pull-out drawers because I'm not getting any younger, so I figure I want them all pull-outable. So that's it, you guys. I know I was trying to talk about my weight story, but another time. Too much going on. So it's good to see you all. Thanks so much for joining me. It's really fun to have you. Love you all. And I'll see you next time, I hope. Okay. Bye-bye.